Yo, hope everybody can hear me. You should be able to. Mr. Indo, Haney, Thomas Gamer on YouTube, how are y'all doing? Thanks for being here. Neighbors Back from Hell Mobile. Is that a question? Because, yes, Neighbors Back from Hell is coming to mobile. We are, in fact, working on that. That is not a secret. But you'll have to be patient for a little bit. Anna is here as well. Yo, what's good, people? Thanks for stopping by. Okay, so let me explain. This is gonna be a little bit of a different one. We're having a little talk. I'm gonna have some stuff to show you. You know, some of which you might have already seen. We'll see. I'm alone. I'm alone in this wonderful space. You don't see the mess that's surrounding me. It's not. I mean, it's not that bad, but so okay. Let me explain. There's renovations going on, right, around the whole office building, basically. That means if you hear like a drilling through concrete, sorry, there's not much I can do about it. But you know, it is what it is. We'll make the most of it. It should be fine. Yeah. The idea behind today's stream is that we're not gonna really play anything. Not today. We will again in the future. But I'll show you a little trailer that's out there, something new that we're working on. As I said, some of you might have already seen it, we'll see. And generally speaking, please ask any questions that you might have regarding HandyGames. I'll give you information of what's going on. This is going to be like a sort of an update type situation. You know, what is happening around the office. That's why I'm talking about the construction work that's going on. It'll be going on for a while, probably. I don't know for how long, but it will be a while. We'll still be here, we'll still stream, you know, we're still working on new stuff, on new games. As I said earlier, regarding Neighbors Back from Hell Mobile, we don't know yet. We simply don't know yet. Laura's here as well. Hi. Hi. HandyGames is Germany? Well, yes. HandyGames is in Germany. That's true. That's true. We are near Giebelstadt, small town in Bavaria. Yeah, that is correct. We're located in Germany. And we actually, come to think of it, we actually have some job openings. I mean, we always have job openings. So if you're looking to get a job, you know, get into game development or publishing or, you know, marketing, QA testing, all that good stuff, check out our website, www.handy-games.com. and apply. Of course, if you speak German, that'll help, but the office language here is actually English, so you know, even if you don't speak German, you'll be good. You'll be good. We'll talk about it later. I was kind of wondering if there is an update for Titan Quest coming, because it's pretty laggy. If you up the game speed, oh, okay. I mean, okay, so regarding Titan Quest, the thing is, what's going on here? What's this? Oh, it's the sun. It's the sunshine. Well, it'll be fine. So Titan Quest, right. The thing about Titan Quest is, if you're talking about the mobile version, then, yeah, I mean, yeah, we're gonna keep seeing that none of these issues persist, obviously. It shouldn't be laggy if you up the game speed. If you're talking about consoles or PC or that's it, I guess. PC or consoles, that's not what we're working on. But if you're having trouble, please contact our support team. I'll share the link real quick. Hope this is correct. Contact. That should be it. Yeah, contact our support team, and they'll do their best to help you. If it's an issue with the settings or whatever, and if not, if it's actually a bug or an internal issue, then they'll get to fixing it. All right, love the SpongeBob game. Thank you. It's a great game. It's a great game. It is a great game. When will we do a German stream? That's a good question. We might do one at some point, I guess. The thing is, these streams are targeted at everyone, and English is simply the language that's spoken the most, I guess. That's why we keep them in English most of the time. But there might be an occasion where we could do like a German event, and something smaller. Sure. Why not? There's nothing planned right now, but it could be happening. I was introduced to one-hand clapping from Sully. It's a cool game, even though my laptop can't handle the game. That's unfortunate. But yes, it is a very cool game. And Sully did a great job. It was a hilarious video. Hilarious video. You should watch it. YouTube, Sully G, one-hand clapping. Amazing. I want to play SpongeBob, but the game is not available on my phone. Unfortunately, if you're, I'm assuming you have an Android phone. If it's not available, that means that it's unfortunately not supported. The device that you have, that is unfortunate. But there's not much we can do at this point. Maybe sometime down the road we can further improve performance, but I wouldn't bet on it. It's already been quite the hustle to get it working on so many devices. Did I miss anything? Probably. You own the normal Titan Quest mobile version with additional DLC. Okay. Does that count as Legendary Edition also? I guess so, yeah. I guess so. I mean, if you have all the DLC already, essentially it's the same product. There shouldn't be any difference. So yeah, sure. I guess explain in your text that what you just said, that you own the regular version with DLC, should be fine. But essentially those are the exact same game. It's the same code, it's the same everything. It's just that the Legendary Edition is basically a bundle, a package, Can we make a light version? Of SpongeBob? No, I don't think so, unfortunately. There's a whole lot of internal policies going on. I don't have an explanation as to why, but there's no demo or anything like that, no. Neighbors Back from Hell mobile gameplay. Not yet. Not yet. Soon. Smurf! Hello, how are you doing? Good to see you all. Listen, how about we watch this this new trailer? Well, as I said, it's kind of new. You might have seen it. You might have seen it. You're good? That's good to hear. That's good to hear. I'm good. I'm good. Again, to all the people who just stopped by, just came in, so I'm in this room. Next to me, is basically the wall, door, hallway, long hallway, the entire office, and there's a lot of construction work and people carrying around their desks and stuff, because everything has to go. Like big renovations going on. It'll be exciting. I'm sure we'll share some pictures at some point. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. So excuse us if there's if you hear a drill or some other loud noises from outside. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just what it is. I think we've gotten lucky so far, so we'll see what we can do. Right. Neighbors Back from Hell free. Google Play, yes or no? No. No, it won't be free. It's so what we're doing in general with our mobile titles at the moment, or I mean, from I guess since a couple of years and into the future, is that we're only producing premium titles, which means you pay once, you get the whole experience, bar, occasional DLC maybe. But yeah, that's the plan. We'll have premium titles, pay once, play forever, basically. No pay to win, no microtransactions, none of that stuff, because we really believe that that's the way forward. That's the best way forward. It's a simple concept. You buy a product, and then it's yours. You don't have to, no ads, anything like that. So yeah, I don't think. I mean, never say never, but I don't think there will ever be another free HandyGames mobile game. I don't see it at the moment. I don't think. I mean, as I said, who knows what happens 5 or 10 years from now, but for now, nope. Do you share some chairs later? How would I, who would I share my chair with? Update SpongeBob SquarePants. Red mean, oh god, okay. I don't know about the exact device that you have, but as I said earlier, if you can't buy the game on the Google Play Store, unfortunately your device is not supported. And there's few things. I mean, at this point, there's nothing we can do to further improve performance of SpongeBob. It's already been very difficult to get it working as well as it does. Very sorry, but yeah, that's just how it is. Anyway, quick, not break, but segue, I guess. Let's watch this this neat little trailer that we got. You might like it. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still here, by the way. Hey.
You don't belong here, Pariah. There is no way back, and only one way forward. The die is cast.
Whoo! That's Perish, people. I'm super excited for that game. Super excited. Yeah, I mean, Perish, what can I say? It's one of the latest projects that we're working on. It is developed by a small team, actually 2 people at this point, from the UK, and we're publishing it here at HandyGames. So we're, just to be clear as to what's going on, we're not developing this game, we're publishing this game, right? The developer is another entity, another company in England, and we're super excited for it. It's a co-op FPS roguelite, whatever you want to call it. For now, it'll be a PC exclusive game, but depending on how it goes, we'll see. More on that later. I'm kind of actually surprised as to how many questions we're getting. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy that so many people are here watching and wanting to know things. I just didn't expect that. So I'm kind of going back and forth. But actually that way. So for me, what you're seeing here is on this screen, so I get confused. Sorry for that. Has awesome minds and company philosophy because all the mobile freemium bleep games out there are only a cash grab. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't go as far as to say as that everyone who does, freemium is wrong necessarily. It's just a monetization model that we're now no longer comfortable with, really. It's just the most straightforward, the most honest, I guess, way, to sell a game is to simply have people pay once, and you can decide if you're okay with the price. If you find it's too expensive, then you don't buy it and you wait for a sale or whatever. And that's something that we have to think about, how expensive should a game be. But we don't like the concept of adding costs, later on through whatever measures. So, as I said, bar the example of a DLC, for example. If you're literally getting an extension to your game, that's another story. Like we did with Titan Quest. There's DLC, and of course, it's extra content, extra work, all of that stuff that goes into it. So yeah, there's more costs with that, but simply having people come back and pay for upkeep is kind of eh. As I said, it can work. It just doesn't work for us. So that's what we're doing from here on out. What else do we have? Update the Neighbors Back from Hell icon. I guess I'll pass it on. I don't know if that's a high priority, but who knows? Please remake Alex Gordon 2008. That's been before my time. I'm sorry. We'll see. Townsmen mobile update. Okay, so what can I say about Townsmen? I don't think that there will be any significant updates to what's already out on mobile regarding Townsmen. That being said, the Townsmen IP is one of our oldest and one of our most successful. So be sure that there's going to be more Townsmen in the future. Townsmen is here to stay. And that doesn't exclude mobile. That being said, right now, the main emphasis regarding Townsmen is Townsmen VR. The team is working super hard to finish Townsmen VR, get it out there. Get the final version out there, which I think is going to be pretty awesome. we're really hoping to be able to show more soon, but we're just not. It's a different story. It's a difficult story, but rest assured that the team is working super hard on Townsmen VR, and that's the main focus right now. But as I said, there will, Townsmen isn't going anywhere. The Townsmen IP is here to stay. That's all I can say at this point. Fifth Viking, how are you doing? Keeping cool? Yeah, it's not too hot actually right here. Not today anyway. It's been a rainy couple of weeks. Not, awful, I guess, but cool-ish and wet. So yeah. Got your 5G chip implanted today. Nice, nice. That's good, that's good. Does Neighbors Back from Hell game support the Xbox controller, I assume, on mobile? I actually don't know. If you want to stay up to date with everything that's going on, sorry, I'll take a quick drink. If you want to stay up to date with everything that's going on, not just with Neighbors Back from Hell, but all our games, join our Discord. I'll send you the invite. I'll send you an invitation. Join our Discord and, ask us any questions at any time. Our devs are on there, all the teams from all the games. Basically, you get some tech support, informations, giveaways occasionally. That's new. We got a new giveaways channel. Get on there and ask them, actually, or ask us, I should say. I don't know. At this point, I don't know if there's going to be controller support. I just can't tell. I don't know. But it's definitely something that I'll pass on and we'll communicate soon, hopefully. That's what I was talking about. Okay, I think we're good. That's the drill in the wall. Well, it is what it is. Oh no, no, stop, stop! Ay. Regarding the contact path of the website, if I make the field to write bigger, the send button gets out of the screen. And since if you scroll, you only got 3 different models there and can't just scroll scroll normally like on Google, it's kind of meh solution. Oh, okay. I see. I mean, we're updating our website anyway. It's in the process of being updated. I'll pass that on, sure. So yeah, that was some live construction work. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about it. Yes or no? New game Neighbors from Hell 3 continue adventure. The honest answer is I don't know. I really don't know. I wish I could tell you. I honestly don't know. It's not even that I'm not allowed to tell you. I simply don't know yet. But as with everything, as with all the successful games, I'd say, never say never. Next plan in development. Well, as I said, the main in-house focus right now, if we're talking about HandyGames as the developer, the main in-house focus right now is Townsmen VR. Finish Townsmen VR, make it the best game it can possibly be. While other teams, of course, are working on, still updating some of the mobile ports that we have, and of course, there's stuff going on that we can't talk about yet. But yeah, the biggest focus right now for us is finishing Townsmen VR in-house. And then of course we have all our amazing developers from all over the world, like Item 42 over here, that side. Like Item 42, who are working on Parish. We got, I mean, One Hand Clapping is still in early access. Bad Dream Games is the studio that's working on that from America. They are, you know, working hard to make that game the best it can be. And I think, I mean, responses have been amazing so far. Really, really amazing. Yeah, I mean, what else is there to talk about? Airhead, you might have seen Airhead last year at the Indie Arena booth. That is a game that we're still working on that will hopefully be able to show more content soon. Octato, the team that's working on Airhead from Denmark, they're actually on vacation. I mean, most of them are actually on vacation right now, summer vacation. So, you know, there's a small break in there. It's only a couple of weeks though. They'll be back on it soon. That's something that we're working on. What else can we talk about? What else? Let me think. There's been, I mean, it's been announced a couple, I'm not sure when exactly, but like last year or the year before, a game called Rat's Quest, developed by the Dreamarians game studio in Mexico. So that's going to be something super exciting, I think. There's going to be more news on a Rat's Quest soon. I mean, you've not seen much of it so far. I think there's only been like one teaser trailer, but this is going to be a really cool game, I'm sure. Yes or no? Are you remaking a classic game? Are we remaking a classic game? Not right now, I don't think. I mean, when it comes to remakes, you know, that's probably something you'd have to ask THQ Nordic, you know. They're the ones that made Destroy All Humans and you know, those kinds of remade games, which I personally find pretty amazing. Yeah, but they're the ones with the remakes. At the moment, we're not working on any remakes. Remake Simpsons Hit and Run. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't even know. Like the thing is, we can't just remake some game. I don't know where the rights to the Simpsons IP is actually. You can't just go in and make a Simpsons game, you know, just because you want to. That's not as easy, unfortunately. Yeah, no. So right now we're not really into the whole remake thing. We are making new games though, and I think as time goes on, as we get more experienced as publishers, I don't know. Some of you might not know this. HandyGames has not always been a publisher. Only for like 3-4 years now, something like that. HandyGames has actually been publishing games. So, you know, we're new to that whole game. But I feel like that as we go on, the games get bigger and bigger and better, and it's wonderful. I mean, looking at Parish, I really love the style. It's let's check back real quick. I think this was the right setting. Yeah, there we go. I mean, the whole style is just lovely, I think. Of course, this is a very early version that you're seeing. Also, regarding Parish, you'll see a bunch more soon. But yeah, I believe I believe this has a lot of potential, especially it's our first multiplayer game actually, online multiplayer I should say. So that's going to be super interesting. Well, of course I can't just skip through it and have it look good. We need to actually watch a little bit. What can I say about Perish? I mean, so okay, you'll learn a lot more about Perish very soon. The devs are super talented and super like hyper focused on their game. It's gonna be awesome, I'm sure. Like there's no two ways about it. Perish is gonna be amazing. It is as I said, a roguelike FPS co-op game. That's the word I was looking for. Co-op, up to 4 players online. And well, it's not just a shooter actually. Let me make myself the center of attention again. It's not just a shooter. There's also melee combat involved. I mean, what's a roguelike game? Maybe for those of you who don't know what the term means, basically you start a run. You know, you play through the levels, you progress to a certain extent, and if you die, you have to start all over again. But along the way, you get to unlock new stuff. In this case, you earn money, right? In Perish's case, you earn money to unlock new things, new weapons, new skills, whatever, and which will make subsequent runs easier, right? Or maybe not easier, but you'll progress faster. And then the ultimate goal is to reach the end of the game, basically, right? And Perish is set in sort of the ancient Greek underworld, and your goal is to reach paradise, basically. Elysium, it's called in this case. And everybody else, you know, your regular enemies, they have the same goal. So they want to kill you to earn money, to get better gear, and ultimately reach Elysium. So it's kind of like this eternal fight, and you win some, you lose some, and then you have to start over again. I think it's an interesting concept, and then you obviously have like different boss fights in different areas as well, and all these bosses, or basically most of the enemies, a lot of the enemies are based on Greek like gods and stuff. So yeah, that's it. And it's epic. Like it's epic. It's gonna be pretty epic. I don't want to talk about it too much already because we got some stuff planned. We got some stuff coming up soon. We'll let you know again, surely on our Discord at least. So join that if you want to. I'll post the link again. Discord.gg/HandyGames. Easy to remember. That's basically how you get an invitation to our Discord. On there, you know, if you're on the Discord, you're not going to miss anything. Think Hades. Yeah, Hades is. I mean, it's obviously in its style and also the setting is quite different from Hades. Especially the style is different. You know, you get the old ancient mythology type situation, yes, but the setting is still quite different, and obviously the style is different. But yes, the roguelite element, yeah, is similar, I guess. Yeah, that's true. What was I about to say? Yeah, so there's a lot more information coming soon on Perish, and we'll have like interviews with the devs. We'll show live gameplay hopefully soon. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm personally really excited for Perish. It's gonna be a good game. Does Neighbors Back from Hell Mobile support Arabic language? That's a good question. it would be a strong maybe for me. I believe so. I think yes. I'm not 100% sure though. But again, hop on our Discord, ask on the Discord, you shall receive the perfect answer. But I would assume so. I would assume so. I'm not even sure who to ask right now, so yeah, I'm not going to promise anything right now, but I would assume that yes, there will be Arabic language in Neighbors Back from Hell Mobile. Mobile specification. I don't know. I'm sorry. Yeah, the device specification is not on Discord, but you can ask. You can't write anything in Discord. You have to. Okay, so if you join the Discord, there's a section called what's it called? Rules. You have to read the rules, accept the rules, and then you have to assign yourself a role in the Roles and Games channel on the left side, and then you'll be able to ask a question. And if you look at the roles thing, the roles channel, there's different roles for every game that we have, right? So if you're interested in Neighbors Back from Hell, assign yourself the Neighbors Back from Hell role, and you'll see a specific chat for that game, and there you can ask your questions. All right. And Boss TV, hey, how are you doing? Hello, sir. Hello, sir. I hope you're doing well. I am, thank you. One tiny question. How is the process when HandyGames is on the publishing site because you're part of the THQ family? Is THQ co-publishing in any way, or do you do everything as a publisher would do, including founding, producing, marketing, PR? To a certain extent, I can talk about this, yes. Generally, we're, I guess, autonomous in a way. So yes, if we act as a publisher, or when we act as a publisher, I should say, yes, we're in charge of founding the not founding, sorry. Ideally, the development studio has already been founded. We are funding the developers, yes. We have in-house producers that work with the dev team, exactly. We do marketing and PR, yes, exactly. That is basically what we do. And generally speaking, THQ is not necessarily involved in this. I mean, I don't know all the ins and outs of how all the internal processes work, but generally THQ is not necessarily involved in this. Of course, if we're talking about something like SpongeBob, the SpongeBob game where we did the mobile port, it's a bit of another story because the original publisher of the PC and console version is THQ Nordic, and we're working on the port. So that's a bit of a different story. But yeah, generally speaking, yes. Of course, we usually talk to THQ, and they know what's happening here at HandyGames, but we're pretty much in charge of, as you said, funding, producing, marketing, and so on. The developer's favorite game. That's a good question. I guess everybody has a different one. Often, as we're in the indie scene, I believe that a lot of the devs that we're working on are very, very passionate about their games, because they're small teams. They do literally all the work, concerning the actual development, coding, graphic design, whatever. And it takes them years, of their lives to finish a game, like a game like Elijo, a game like Chicken Police, a game like Perish. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of passion And that's also, of course, what we're looking for in our devs, is that they're passionate about their projects. And I'm pretty yeah, I think it's safe to say that all the dev teams that we are working with and have worked with were very passionate about their projects. And you know, of course, it's just a different story as like a AAA title that, you know, teams of hundreds of people are working on. I'm not, you know, I don't want to like kind of hit at AAA developers, because I'm sure a lot of them are just as passionate about their projects. I'm just saying there's a lot of people there who just do work, right? You know what I mean? While our small teams are literally pouring their hearts into these projects. Yeah, so why was I talking about this even? Oh, what's everybody's favorite game? So yeah, I think for a lot of the devs, their own games are their favorite games, because it's just a very unique bond, I guess, that they have with their project. And that's just an assumption. I don't know. I've not asked them, but I think it's fair to assume that. Thank you for the answer. Very interesting. You're welcome. You're welcome. I hear it frequently that THQ gives their studios pretty much freedom in doing what they are doing. I love that. Yeah. In my experience, anyway, as far as I can tell, yeah, that's true. And I think that's important, because at the end of the day, the developers know. Usually, they know what's best for their games, right? Of course, here and there, you know, you have to talk about some things, and if it's constructive criticism, right? If it's helping them make their game better, in the end, usually they're very thankful for tips and tricks. I mean, we have QA, for example. Our QA will of course criticize the games as well that our devs you know, produce or develop. Ideally before it's too late, right? They'll get a game, and not only will they look for bugs and stuff like that, but they'll also look for how much fun is the game, right? You have a certain section that maybe is boring because it's too long, or it's too difficult, or it's too easy, you know, stuff like that. And QA will then talk to the dev teams and say, hey, listen, maybe this puzzle is too difficult. People might get upset, or it's too easy, it's boring. And then, you know, we'll work together to try to find the perfect middle ground, the perfect solution. And usually that works quite well, I think. Because I don't know what to compare it to. When you write like an essay for school or whatever, oftentimes you'll make mistakes. Or not even necessarily mistakes, but certain passages will be difficult to understand for someone who hasn't read as much about the topic as you have. And then you don't notice. Only when you show it to somebody else and they read through it, then, you know, they'll recognize, oh, this passage might be a bit difficult to understand. Could you rephrase it? And I think that's similar to how game development works, or should work. Of course, there's always a business side of things. Deadlines have to be met, stuff like that. But, you know, usually, you know, you find common ground on those issues. And at the end of the day, everybody that's involved here is just doing their best to make all these games the best games that they can be. Yeah, of course. You know, not every game is going to be as successful as every other game. Not every game is going to be the next big hit. But that's just how it is. And that's true for everything in life, I guess. And yeah, you just try your best. You just do your best. You work together as a team, and in the end, I think that's the right approach. What we're never going to do, for example, is sign a game and then tell a developer to fundamentally change the core idea of that game, right? Because that's not our job. That if we don't like a game that we, if there's a pitch to one of our producers and they don't like the game that they're being pitched, we just won't sign it. That's as simple as it is. Because that's not, I believe that shouldn't be the job of the publisher. In a sense, it's a bit of a weird relationship, because in a sense, you might think that the dev teams, the developer is working for the publisher, right? Because the publisher is paying, the developer, so they can pay their people, right? That's generally what happens. So you'd think that, strictly speaking, the developers work for the publishers, but that's not necessarily true. In a sense, the publisher is actually supposed to anyway. The publisher is supposed to work for the developer, even though the publisher is the one paying the other company. The idea behind it is that we as a publisher help the small teams, get the game out there, get marketing done, get QA done, all that sort of stuff. I don't know if I explained that, in a way that's easy to understand, but that's how it should be anyway, and that's how I feel like it is with us. At least, that's what we aim for anyway. That's how I see us as a publisher. We are working for the dev teams. And of course, during the development process, they get paid by the publisher, but in the end, goal is that everybody makes money at the end, of the project. And there's no reason to lie about it. It's a business, Everybody wants to be able to pay their rent and buy food and stuff, so, To have a QA on the publisher side is very important in my opinion, because the QA on developer side, sometimes knowing the game too good, and at one point in the development you need a fresh eye. Yes, absolutely. At least for the final milestones. Absolutely. And of course, the developers will already naturally, in a way, do their own QA. But as you said, it's very important to have sort of an outside judge, on the project. And that's even here, the way we do it in QA is usually if a project comes in, it will be assigned a lead tester. And this lead tester will be the person who is most familiar with the project, right? That's, they know all the milestones that are coming up. They know what the game's supposed to be. They talk to the developers all the time. And then we intentionally keep parts of our QA staff from playing a game until much later in the process. Because obviously if you get a game, that's in early development, a year from now it might look very different. But at that point, if you've already played it for hundreds of hours until then, you might overlook certain things. That's normal, that's just natural. So at that point, it's very important that you actually have someone who doesn't know much about the game, maybe hasn't played it yet. And that's why we have a for the size of our company, a relatively big QA team. And specifically keep people from playing a game until later, until it's almost finished, and then they'll get a final look, and because they can judge it differently. And that's of course the target audience. This is the same. Most people, when they buy a game, they've not played it yet. They want to play it. That's why they buy it, right? That's why they purchase a game. So yeah, that's really what it comes down to. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I think the most important aspect of publishing is really working together with the developers, not against them. There's no point, there's no point in fighting. And up to this point, there's never really been big issues. Of course, you have different opinions on different things at sometimes, and that happens. But as long as you can talk about everything, you're usually fine. Just discuss it in a civil manner, and usually everything will be fine. Yeah, and I think, if I look at the ratings, the reviews that our games get, they're usually successful, at least in the sense that the people who buy them enjoy them usually. Of course, you're never gonna hit 100%. There's always gonna be someone who doesn't like the game, and that's perfectly fine too. You can't cater to everyone. That's just not possible. But I think all in all, it's working out. We're doing a decent job at least making the players happy most of the time. Yeah. So I guess for myself, I'm pretty proud of that. They're good games. They're good games. And of course, I'm not gonna lie to you, right? Not every game that we work on is a game that I personally would spend money on. But that's not because I think that they're not good games. It's simply because everybody's taste is different. That's just how it is. There's no point in lying about that. As with other games, from other companies, they're super successful games. Some of them I just don't like. They're not for me. No game is for everyone, and that's perfectly fine. That can't be the goal, because that's just impossible. That's just impossible. Well, that was a rant. That kind of escalated. I'm sorry. How long have we been going on for? Almost an hour. Holy. Well, I guess I'm gonna kind of call it a day here. It's getting late. I don't really have much more to talk about at this point. Be sure to check out the Discord that I've posted earlier. Be sure to check out our website, especially, I'm just gonna say it. If you're interested in a job within the gaming industry, personally, I can't recommend it enough. Check out our website. We got job openings all the time. Whatever you're interested in, producing art, game art is something, if you can draw particularly well, if you're interested in game art, hit us up. There's a place for everyone, I think, in gaming, and why not make your hobby your job, in a way, right? Of course, we're not all just sitting here playing games all day. That's not what's happening, but give it a go. Give it a go. I can't recommend it enough. What do you think of the initiative to support and fund video gaming stuff by the German Ministry of Traffic? That's a good question. No, but it's never too late. It's never too late. What do I think of it? It's a good thing. In Germany, I can only speak from my experience, but historically, video games have had it rough in Germany, particularly, I think. I'm sure in other countries as well, particularly in Germany, they've had it rough. So I think it's a good thing, because it's a huge industry, just from an economic standpoint. I guess in a political way, it's a good idea to fund video gaming, because there's, you know, I mean, usually I shouldn't get political, but I guess this is not an unpopular opinion. But you know, there's a lot of money that goes around the whole industry, right? The video games industry is one of the largest industries on the planet. So 100% for the economic success of your nation, or your area, or whatever, your city, even could be on a local level. You should fund, at least in a way, to a certain degree, you should fund startups and small companies and whatever that produce video games, because there's a lot of money to be made. There's a lot of good jobs that will bring people to your area. So yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't be a good idea. So yeah, I think it's good that they support and fund video games. That's the short answer. Not only because it benefits people like us who are working in the industry, but also because the industry itself will, or as I said, the country, the city, the state, whatever that you live in, will benefit from having its foot in the door, I would say, in the video games industry. So yeah, good question. I think it's a good idea. All right, people. I hear a lot of loud voices outside. How was working with the Medienboard Brandenburg for TT Dot then? Was this similar? That whole thing started before I actually really joined the company, so I don't know exactly how it was working with them. But I guess it was a similar situation. Of course, the dev team, Paint Bucket Studios, who made Through the Darkest of Times, they are from Berlin. So that's why that funding happened. But I personally can't say much about it. But yeah, I think it's a good thing. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining. Thanks for all your questions. We'll do this again. We'll do this hopefully on a sort of semi-regular basis, because I think this is a cool format. We'll make it a bit more, once the whole mess here is cleaned back up, and sort of the office life is going back to normal after the renovations. We got big things planned for this whole studio type thing, so it's gonna get a lot more intricate than just one gamer sitting in front of a green screen. It'll be a lot of fun, I think. Thanks. Enjoy the Feierabend then. I will. Thank you. Yeah. And again, join our Discord, and if you're looking to become a video game professional, join HandyGames. Why wouldn't you? It's awesome. And between us, if you're too far away, if you don't want to move to Germany, join a video games company near you. I can't recommend it enough. And I think, all that being said, have a wonderful rest of your week. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.